I love him by the day.
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
All right, so if you follow my Twitter, you know that I recently went ahead and gave my thoughts on who I think the Spurs should get at that ninth spot, who would potentially be there. And as you can see here, I have Jeremy Sohan, Eason, Benedict Mathurin, Dyson Daniels, Ousmane Dieng. Now, I'm pretty familiar with who's going to be around that spot in the lottery, and I'm pretty confident in my assessment here and why I would choose these players. But one player in particular that I think was a slightly controversial, even when I posted on Instagram, was Dyson Daniels. Some people said, why Dyson Daniels? They even understood Ousmane Dieng, like, okay, the upside is there, his length, but why Dyson Daniels? And I have to say, he is one of those very underrated players in this draft, and I would not be surprised if he goes top 5 and everyone is scratching their heads like, how the heck did that happen? So statistic wise, you're not going to find anything here and get overly excited, other than maybe the 2 steals per game. But overall, if you can see here, he's just statistically looks like a decent player who played in the G League. Now, this is what I want to point out, okay? Not only because it's height, it says 6'6", his height is 6'7", actually, with shoes it's like 6.75, but I don't want to just point out the stats, okay? That's not what I care about. What I care about is this is stupid impressive. So if you haven't heard, what happened was Daniels decided to go solo. He decided to do a solo workout, and that's something that's very tough to do for players because all eyes are on you. Most of the time they do it in groups, but as you can see here, even Rafael Barlow says, FYI, Daniels did a solo workout in front of hundreds of execs watching his every move. I believe only one other prospect did a solo pro day. It's tougher than it looks because you can't split reps, and if you're out of shape, it shows. Also, here's the thing, these workouts can go on a long time. I mean, we're talking potentially 30 to 40 minutes of non-stop action. So it shows the confidence in himself to do this. Now, what I really love about this is him showing his shooting stroke, obviously, one thing that you're going to have to do, but that was one of the biggest questions about him. So he could have easily said, look, I'm going to do this in a group. I'm not that confident in my jump shot right now. I need to do this in groups, split my reps, and so I can have the energy to get that lift and take off. But as you can see here, he's like, no, I'm just going to do the whole thing. So this guy has some gonads, okay? We already know that he's been pretty open that he wants to play for the San Antonio Spurs. He named a few teams as well. And the one thing that had me scratch my head, the one thing that kind of kept me from saying, do I want him? I don't know, was he kept talking about how he can play a role. I think, and this is just me personally, I think that he's just trying to get to any team that he can, okay, teams that he genuinely wants to get to, that are lottery picks. But also, I think that he wants to get there, and I think that those teams are probably going to have to ask him to do a little bit more. Same with Joshua Primo. As you remember, Josh Primo came into the league basically being a catch and shooter. Like, that's what he was in college. That's what they asked him to do, and that's what he decided to do for his teammates to get them involved because he was so young. But overwhelmingly, once he got to the NBA and he got to the G League, they asked him to do much more. They asked him to facilitate, to be more of a playmaker, to be more of a shot creator. And when he went back to the Spurs from the G League, they had him in that catch and shoot category. But as the season went on, he turned more into the facilitator, take the ball, try to shot create here and there somewhat. So I think that that's going to be the same case with Dyson Daniels. He might initially come onto the team and say, oh yeah, I'm just going to be, a role player, do my thing. They're going to say, no, we want way more from you. So just really quick, I'm not going to go into this because I already did a video on him already. Please go to the playlist, the draft prospects playlist. But I already did a video on him. But what type of player he is? Well, the biggest question was the shooting, specifically catch and shooting. And it looks like he's working on that, so I don't know what to say. But he's kind of an unorthodox player. He has a really nice floater. Those are kind of his go-tos, especially his floater. Offensively. Defensively, instincts are out the roof. He can use his length to disrupt the offenses on multiple occasions, and he's a really good on-ball defender. So he's a good two-way player, a really good two-way player. And he has a lot of upside even in playmaking. So all I'm trying to say is he's really good. really, really good. I don't know what else to say other than he's really, really good. He's one of those really sneaky players that you don't really know where he's going to land. But at this point, people are getting more and more impressed with him. I would not be surprised if he goes top 5 at this point. Hopefully he can land at that 9th spot, but I don't know, fam. So you guys let me know what you think. Do you like Dyson Daniels? Do you not like him? Do you think he's worth it? Just let me know what you think in the comments. I'll give it to you guys later. If you want to support the channel, only $2 per month. Patreon and YouTube members, link in the description. But if you don't want to support me there, just follow me on Twitter. Can you follow me on Twitter? Playing the Spurs fan on Twitter? Yeah, you're going to do it. All right, I'll give it to you later. Till next time. Deuces.